Hey everybody, my name is Jay Martin, thanks for watching, and this is a 2v2 game on Grassy Flats. I'm the Prussian player right here, and my partner, also playing as Prussia, is the strategist of TLG. And our opponents, the Prussian opponent over there is a guy named Manolito. And my opponent, playing as France, is someone called Undefeated Super Champion. And I know that y'all have seen this guy. Well, if you're around in my time zone, you've seen this guy. He hosts 1v1s on Waterloo with some janky rules and blah blah blah. Riskard told me about it, and I fucking hate. This is my first hate video, or my first fuck you video, but I fucking hate people who are like, I'm totally undefeated, I'm fucking awesome, I'm fucking cool, blah blah blah. No, you're not. You know why? Because it's a game. Nobody's undefeated. Everybody loses games. Everybody loses games. And even then, you know what? Losing games, not really that big a deal. The only way you learn, the only way you get better, is by losing games. You don't get better at the fucking game by playing rigged games on a certain map like Waterloo, like this fuckstick does. You know what I mean? You don't get better as a Napoleon player by playing games with rigged rules that only you mean. And this guy's making all kinds of noob mistakes. He's got his lights way up in front of his line that I'm about to shoot the fuck out of, by the way. But this shit totally pisses me off. In the Huntsman group, we had a game against these guys that were like, we're totally undefeated, we're totally undefeated. Well, A, you're not undefeated anymore, and B, the only reason you were undefeated is because you never fucking played. I mean, everybody loses games. I think the Total War community is really neat. Holistically, as a community, the group that play Napoleon Total War are really a neat bunch of guys across a whole bunch of neat little clans. And I think that's cool. And I think that competing is cool, and etc. But don't act like you're special. Don't act like you're important. You're not. You're not important. Everybody's equal. Nobody's special. And while some people might be better at the game and, win, 6 out of 10 games, at the end, there's a bunch of really great players who play this game, and they're not all in the same clan. Any day of the week, the top 100 players, 99 could beat 100. Somebody's a little hungover, or just having a bad day, or just they don't hit the square button when they should, or whatever. But I fucking hate this shit where I'm like, I'm undefeated. I fucking hate that shit. You're not undefeated. Everybody loses, okay? Just get over it. You lose too. It happens. This guy's doing a total noob thing. He's running a bunch of cav around my rear. And I'm going to do kind of a cool thing here, actually. Because you know what I really hate? I fucking hate shooter cav on my fucking flank. I hate that. Meanwhile, I'm real busy beating the fuck out of this guy's lights. I start to send cav. He retreats. Probably the right move. But he's kind of noob scoring on me already. This is the undefeated super champion, by the way. And he's got a shooter cav well in my rear by now. Oh, he routed the lights on the left. It's going to be bad for you. I mean, look how fucking noob this shit is. This guy is... Okay, that's lights, not in light formation. There's Dutch Grenadiers. There's Grenadiers of the Line. I mean, he brought everything good except Old Guard. It's like the best unit of the game. If you're going to noob out on fucking Grenadier units, you might as well bring some fucking OGs. You know what I'm saying? Oh, and here come the charge of a shooter cav. Oh, Jay Martin, he's paying attention. Look at those line infantry turning around. Look at him go. Oh, you stopped because my general moved? That's totally what you were charging. Great Lancer charge on those guys. Oh, already. Oh, man. That's got to hurt. Oh, man. That's a full volley. That's got to hurt. Oh, look at the Lancers coming out of your rear. Man, don't do this fucking noob cab shit against me. I fucking hate it. Anyway, so this guy doesn't have any lights left, so I'm just kind of moving my lights up to kill him. And what's going to happen pretty soon? Yeah, all your cav's dead, dude. Well, it's going to be dead soon anyway. What's going to happen is I'm going to move my lights up, and at some point, Strategist is having a good go against his opponent, and he's going to pull one of his little line units, I think the 8th life right there, over to kind of threaten my guy, and I'm like, no, man, I want to kill this guy by myself. Because, look, I'm not very good at this game, okay, everybody? I'm not very good at it, and I like that. I like that about myself, and I like the fact that, you know, my approach to it, let me flank you, that my approach to it is such that it helps me get better. The only way I get better is when I play games against people who are better than me, and I lose to them. Because you know what? Every time, I learn something. You know, I think I told Jocelyn a while ago, Jocelyn, like, completely kicked my ass in a 1v1 the first time I played him, and I was like, you know, man, you're welcome to beat my ass 12 hours a day, but every time, I'm going to get a little bit stronger. I'm going to get a little bit stronger. Every time that you beat me, I'm going to get a little bit stronger. And it's and new players, I mean, check it out, man. Do not get discouraged if you lose a lot. You know, losing doesn't matter. That's not what matters. What matters is just being a good competitor. You know, get in there and have good attitude and put a GG up for your opponent, you know. I have no problem playing noobs. I love playing noobs, and I love hanging out with them. And you know, I have no problem with that. I was actually having a conversation with my mate Leonidas the other day, and something weird happened when we played a game, and I got one of those little achievements popped up, you know, and I'd won 10 multiplayer battles in a row, and so I won that achievement. I was like, whoa, man, I'm on a streak. And Leo was like, dude, why haven't you got that already, or something like that? And I was like, you know, man, when I first started playing this game, and this is a true story, when I started playing this game, you can click on little player stats. You look at your player stats how many games. And I clicked it at one point. I had won 10 multiplayer games. And I had lost 90. Like, my win ratio was 1 to 9. I was only winning 10% of my games. Right? It was 10 to 90. True story. And now my win ratio is, you know, much better. Or, you know, I've made those 90 losses up, but I wouldn't, you know, be as good at this game if I had never lost. You know what I mean? Like, you have to lose. It's really, really important. You have to be able to lose. And more importantly, you have to be able to lose with a good attitude about it, because the only way that you get better, and this is the important part, new players, you only get better by making mistakes and learn from them. That's the only way that you get better. The only way. And I really encourage you, you know, I save more replays for my losses than I do for my wins, right? Because my losses are what interest me. That's the only way you get better, all right? So, undefeated fuckstick here, you know, I wrap up like he's a fucking noob, and he is a fucking noob, right? You have to be able to play a balanced game, you have to play a well-rounded game. That's what you have to be able to do, and the only way you can do that is you play as many people as possible and learn from your losses. That's the only way you get better. So anyway, back to this game. I've killed my guy off real quick. Strategist is kind of wrapping around his opponent. I think his opponent was actually kind of decent offhand. Yeah, Manolito. That's his name. Manolito is a pretty decent player. And I start to move forward. I'm going to click and fast forward here. What's going to happen is I'm going to move up and kind of threaten him, and the strategist is going to ask me to back off so we can see if he can beat the guy one-on-one, which I'm totally cool with. But you know, let's go ahead and super fast forward, actually. These guys are going to play a game. Manolito's doing something. He's got his lights here in line. I think maybe strategist... Are both players out of Cav at this point? No, strategist has Cav. You know, if I was strategist, what I would have done is move my Cav over here, because he could attack those lights because they don't have any protection behind them. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter. I mean, he puts his Lancers to good work against that line, which buys in the flank. He kills those 2 line units. But anytime your opponent has light infantry without, you know, line defending them or without Cav protection, that's probably where you want to put your Cav as a concept. You know what I mean? And where am I going? Yeah, I'm still in the moving up stage, and I think pretty quick I'm going to duck out. So, you know, I'm actually going to stop the replay at this point, and Strategist does beat Manolito, but they play a pretty good game to each other, so GG to you, Manolito, and GG to you, Strategist, for playing with me. And GG to undefeated super champion for at least sticking it out. But I really encourage people to develop a healthier attitude towards how you approach the game, and it's not really a game if you just load up Waterloo with rigged settings every time, or you know what I mean. And it's really important to put yourself into well-rounded situations. It's the only way you can become a more well-rounded player and a more holistic player, and in the end, that's the real value to yourself, etc. And a side note is that one of the really cool parts of this game is the community part. The idea of being able to join a clan and hang out with other guys and talk to them and playing group games and consistently with the same people. And the only way you can really do that or justify yourself to other players is to be kind of a holistic, good, well-rounded player. If the only thing that you have is to play in a certain map with rigged settings, then you're never going to be able to be part of a gaming community. And at the end of the day, this is a game. And at the end of the day, we communicate with each other and form communities with each other. And you're only ever going to be part of the more holistic experience of playing this game if you are like that. And I really encourage everyone to become more like that. So anyway, I want to say good game to the guys who played with us, Manolito and Undefeated Super Champion, and Strategist, again, for playing with me. I really enjoy playing with you, man. Thanks for your time. GG, everybody. And if you're looking for more information, check out tdbreplays.com.